Make sure this thing on, man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Y'all let me know how the audio is. Let me know how the audio is. Happy Easter, everybody, man. I see I got my little suit on today, man. What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're gonna be on live today. We're not gonna be on for a long time today. I'm gonna make a post on my Instagram as well, just to make up for the time. I know we're usually on for an hour, but I'm not gonna be on that long today for Easter Sunday. But we are going to get to it here. I'll give people a couple more minutes to hop on. Say the audio A1. Hey, bet. Tony Lewis, what's going on? I drink water. What's going on? Arliss, what's up, bro? Y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Easter Sunday, man. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into it today. Dang, I'm tripping. All right, y'all. Y'all know we like look at these charts. Before I begin, just want to tell you guys. Let me make sure I record it too. Let me record it too so I can post on Instagram as well. But if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. Send this to at least one person, okay? I give out a lot of valuable game. You can look at the link in the description to my Instagram. I have over 700 educational posts. So, you know, please take a look at those. You can really learn a lot about trading. I've been trading for about 6 years now, so I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about, all right? Let's get straight into this thing, man. As always, when you are analyzing stocks, you always start by looking at SPY, okay? SPY is the S&P 500. It holds the top 500 stocks in the market, okay? So when people are saying the market, they're talking about SPY. It's important to know where this is and what it's doing, because this gives you an indication on what you can expect from the individual stocks, okay? Especially the ones that are highly regarded inside of S&P 500. All right. So when I'm taking a look at SPY here, we notice that the trend has been downward, right? The trend has been downward. We did have a bounce, but notice that in this box right here that I have of around 543 to 548 area, we've rejected 3 times. All right. So one, second one, and a third one. Okay, so we got 3 rejections up in there. Usually when things reject 3 times, it tends to come down. Now, what I am seeing on SPY is I do see a bit of a triangle pattern, okay? And if you aren't familiar with triangle patterns, basically what this pattern tells you is that the stock has indecision, right? So there's indecision on what people think the price should be, which is going to happen. Because think about what we have going on right now, right? We have the trade war with China. So it's a lot of confusion going on with that on the investor side. People are looking to see how long they're going to drag this out. Is the deal going to get done? How is the deal going to get done? You know, what is their percentage going to be? You know, so a lot of uncertainty in the market, and it's shown by the charts, okay? But I love to trade by the technical. So I'm going to give you guys what the charts say. All right? The charts are saying right now, if SPY can get below 520, we can possibly expect another down move, okay? We could possibly expect a down move if SPY gets below this 520. All right, you can see here my line at 520.3, and how I make these lines here, if you don't know, I use horizontal line, I use TradingView to chart, and I don't use the paid version. I actually use the free version still, so you don't have to use the paid version. All right, but under 520, notice what you'll have. Okay, you'll be breaking this little bit of a triangle pattern that we're forming here, and you'll be breaking a key level. All right, so if we do get below 520, I would expect SPY to possibly come down a little bit more. How much? I'm not sure. Is it gonna come way back down here? I don't know, but it definitely could be a nice day trade opportunity, at least under 520. Okay, now as far as upside, if we start breaking to the upside here, I don't know. I don't really trust upside at the moment, me personally. We really got to start getting back above 435 on 540, 535 for me to really start looking at upside again, to be honest with you. It's just not it's not able to be trusted right now in my opinion. But we're gonna stay on our toes. We're gonna do a lot of day trading. When you don't have a good direction in the market, that's the time where you want to be day trading and not swing trading. All right, you only want to swing trade when you have a good direction. All right, so for example, when the market was doing this right here, right, had a steady uptrend, this is a great time to swing trade. When it's coming down, you can also swing to the downside, but when it's just consolidating, it's not really a great time, especially when SPY is consolidating, because as SPY goes, the overall market will also go. Okay, so as of right now, SPY is a lot of indecision. I'm leaning more towards downside, which would be amazing, just because you'll be able to get stocks at a discount. And what I keep telling people is do not miss out on the market crash. Okay, I've been trading since 2019, and my biggest regret in my trading career is not buying a bunch of shares during the market crash. Okay, because look how much the SPY has went up. So from the COVID lows in 2020, 217, we hit over 600, right? So almost a 3x return on S&P 500 by itself. And there are some stocks that went up 2x, 3x. You got Nvidia that went up 10x, right? So I mean, hey, it's a lot of money to be made, but you got to make it when people are fearful. Understand the market is meant to go up. Don't let a few months of downside get you out of the market. All right, there are a lot of great companies that are on the dip right now. Okay, so we're gonna go through these stocks quickly here, and we're gonna see if I see anything today. I actually took a break from the charts, man. I've taken the longest break from looking at charts that I've taken in my 6 year. This is probably the longest break I've taken looking at charts. So last time I looked at charts before today was on Thursday, right? So I didn't look at charts half the day Thursday. I didn't look at it all Friday or Saturday. So that's like 3 days. And you may say, man, that's only 3 days, but y'all gotta realize I really do this. Like, I do this every single day. So it was good to, take a little bit of a break, but I'm rejuvenated and I'm ready to go, man. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right. So SPY, I'm leaning more toward downside, but I think we'll be in a day trading environment. We'll probably get opportunities both ways. Just keep your eyes open. All right. Let's see what I see as far as Palantir. Palantir will be decent for upside. The market has to have upside too, though. The market has to have upside, but Palantir, if it can hold above 98.5-ish, somewhere around there, it'll be good, but the market has to also have upside, so it's a big if with that one. QQQ looks a lot of the same. Me personally, I trade SPY a lot more than QQQ. Nvidia, this is one that I feel like Nvidia can come down. Let me try to clear my chart a little bit here. Nvidia is at a little bit of a support around 100, right? So 100, that whole number right there is important for Nvidia. All right, so if Nvidia is able to hold 100, it can possibly see it move back up. But if it can't, I think we can see some more downside on Nvidia. They've been trying to take it down lately. It had a very brief sell-off down here to around the 86. So you see they just shot that thing up quick. So anytime you catch Nvidia under 100, guys, just realize this is like one of the best stocks on the market that you can get. Okay, for $100, that's amazing. Okay, so watch out for Nvidia. If it gets below 100, it would be some decent day trading opportunities. So definitely watch out for that. Let me see what it looks like on the 4 hour here. On the 4 hour, yeah, kind of can see that it needs to hold 100. See, we got a few times that it has kind of bounced there. So if it holds 100, could be decent, but if it gets below 100, definitely look for it to possibly come down and start retesting some downside levels a little bit, maybe around 95, 96, and if 95, 96 don't hold, then look for it to possibly come back and retest around 92.5. Okay, so Nvidia could see some downside, especially if the market gets below 520. I think Nvidia probably would be the first thing to go. Okay, so watch out for Nvidia. I'm watching out for that one. Apple, I don't really love that one. BA, I was actually looking at BA for downside last week, but it never got below that 152 level. Now it's trying to push upside a little bit. Could BA possibly be an upside play? So what this is right here, this is a range. So BA had a nice move up from the 90-day pause, and it's held this little range right here. It might be decent over 163.8, 164. We'll see. Definitely not gonna be my top watch at all, but I'll keep an eye out on Boeing. I'll keep an eye out on it. Tesla is gonna be an interesting one because they have earnings this week. Okay, one thing to note on Tesla that I kind of see that, I don't know, Tesla does kind of look like a inverse head and not an inverse head and shoulders, but a regular head and shoulders pattern right here. In my opinion, just a little bit, right? I might be reaching a little bit, but kind of looks like a head and shoulders to me, right? You got the head, shoulder. You have this 215 as a neckline right here. I wouldn't touch it until after earnings to kind of see what it does. Me personally, I hope it comes down. Just so I can grab more shares. Tesla is my favorite stock for the next 3 to 4 years, right? So I'm hoping that I can add to my shares because I bought Tesla up in here, right? So I bought Tesla in February and April of 2024. So I love to kind of catch that again, man, because man, when you see them shares climbing up like that, especially when it got up around close to 500, I knew it would come back down. So but man, yeah, Tesla's gonna be, I'm expecting it to be great in the long term. We also got, let's see, not a whole lot that I love, man. We do have the Meta. Now this would be for large accounts. Meta could also come down, especially if we get below 495. This might be decent. If Meta can get below 495, look at this right here. This is what makes a decent play, okay? For me personally, this is what makes a decent play. So when I'm looking for my plays, I already have my senses, right? I have my overall bias from the market, right? So I expect it to possibly come down a little bit, all right? So I'm looking for plays that if this scenario plays out, what am I gonna play? If SPY starts to break down, what stocks are already close to breaking down? Okay, that's the mentality, that's the methodology that I use. If I expect it to break down, I want to be able to play the stocks that are already close to breaking down, not the ones that's breaking out. All right, so for instance, something like Boeing. If SPY starts to break down, Boeing isn't one that I'm gonna be playing with because the market kind of came down a little bit and Boeing is still strong. So I want to take advantage of the stocks that are also showing a little bit of weakness, such as Nvidia, such as Meta, right? Things that are down with the market, all right? So I always tell this analogy to my group. Think about in basketball terms, right? If a player twists his ankle while he's on offense, he is now a liability on defense. So if he twists his ankle, when the other team gets the ball, if they're smart, they're going to go at him because he is a liability because he is already hurt. Okay, so it's going to be easier to score on him because he's already weak. Okay, same thing with the stocks. If we know that SPY might be weak, we want to take advantage of the stocks that are already hurting. All right, make this as easy as possible. Do not make this harder than it has to be. All right, so Meta, 495. You can see we got a touch here. One right there that I can't pin that well, but and another one right there, right? So we got 3 to 4 touches right there at 495. Actually, I'm tripping. It's more than that. another one, right? So we got 4 or 5 touches actually on this 4-hour chart of 495. So simply, I'd be looking to see if it starts to hold or if it starts to get below, all right? If it starts to get below and starts falling down below 495, Meta could be good, all right? And how far could it go down? I already have some levels here. Number one, you start to look for where the lows were, right? You had a low down here at 472. So that's already over $20, okay? And then the next levels actually are from the daily. I can show you guys right here. You got one right here at here's that 472 level right there. Under that you have 452. Look at all of this right here at 452. And under that you got 414. Okay, so if the market is going to come down, I think Meta could be what leads it down. But I'm telling you, if Meta starts to come down here, please buy. Please buy. Meta is an amazing stock, okay? Please buy Meta if it comes down there, all right? Meta's a great company. So, Nvidia and Meta, I'm watching those two. Anything else that I like here? DAL, I don't really like that. It's going to be a little bit of the same thing with MU. Kind of the same as, this one's kind of ugly though. A little bit the same as Nvidia. So kind of looks like it could be trying to break down. I probably wouldn't trade this one, but it needs to hold 67 just from what I'm looking at. But not something that I would love. Bitcoin is up a little bit. Coinbase, Neo, Lyft, Uber, PayPal. Back at SPY. Let's see. Let me look at a few stocks that I don't have on my watch list that may be decent. Cat, I don't really like that one. Kava is one that I was watching before. It's not ready yet though. But when it is, it's gonna go. Whenever Kava, you can just set this alert and forget about it. Kava above 93.75 is gonna go. Alright, so you can set an alert for that and just wait for it to go off. It's gonna go whenever it gets past that. Besides that, man, it's not a lot that I really see. It's really been a type of market where you just gotta see where things are at in the morning, man, because you just don't know. Something can come out overnight and the whole market can just shift and our whole analysis can just be thrown off. You know, that's why you gotta know how to adjust, right? You gotta be prepared for these things. If the market is falling in the morning, we already know what we're gonna do. If the market is going to the upside, we know we can chill a little bit and let the shares kind of do the work for a little bit until we get some upside setups. Because I'm not seeing a bunch of upside setups at the moment, which is fine. Okay? So, like I said, guys, it's not gonna be very long today at all. I would say my top watches this week. Oh man. Top watches this week going to be Nvidia and Meta for a possible downside, okay? I do want to watch Nvidia and Meta for downside. Nvidia needs to get below 100. Meta needs to get below 495, okay? So if those two get under those levels, I am going to be looking at shorts on those stocks, especially if SPY can find a way to get under 520. Under 520, we can see a little bit of a sell-off, all right? And then we'll have to just see, what the market does at that point, okay? So, guys, once again, if you're watching this on the YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is going to be saved so you guys can watch it back if you join a little late or anything. Make sure to follow the links in my description. You can follow my Instagram. I have over 700 free posts of just trading education, right? So you guys can look back at my posts. I got posts on this YouTube and my Instagram from 2020, 2021. You'll notice I've been trading the same way, all right? So when I talk about this stuff, guys, just know I'm true to this. I ain't new to this, okay? So make sure you take advantage of that. Also on my page on the YouTube, I have RJ's Pillars of Options Trading, where I talk about the very basics that you need to get started. So option contracts, I teach you guys about the basics of charting. So time frames, levels, trends, trend lines, all the things like that, right? You can find all of that on my page right there, right? So I'm a one-stop shop, man. So I appreciate you guys hopping on tonight. Once again, told you guys what's gonna be super long. You guys enjoy your Easter Sunday, man. I'm gonna eat me some good dinner, and I'm going to enjoy the night, man. Get ready for whatever Trump and Jerome Powell and the stock market got in store for next week, man. We're gonna have a great week. I'll see you guys in the chat. You can join the Discord down below, and I'll see you guys